introduction. Hello, my friend. Welcome to Read, Learn, and Listen English with Stories, the podcast that transforms your English learning journey from difficult to delightful, from boring to brilliant. I am Clara. I'm your host, and I am absolutely thrilled that you've decided to join our amazing community of English learners from around the world. Whether you're listening from Tokyo, Sao Paulo, Cairo, or anywhere in between, this show is specially created for you. The problem we solve. Let me guess. You've tried traditional English methods before. You've memorized grammar rules, you've filled out countless worksheets, and maybe you've even taken expensive classes. But when it comes to actually speaking English, when you need to have a real conversation, you freeze up, right? Your mind goes blank. The words just won't come out smoothly. You know the grammar, you know the vocabulary. But something is missing. That something is fluency. The ability to speak English naturally, confidently, and without thinking too hard about every single word. Our unique solution. That's exactly why I created this podcast. Here's what makes us different from every other English learning resource out there. First, we use the power of stories, not boring textbook dialogues, real, engaging stories about everyday life that you can actually relate to. Stories about going to the grocery store, starting a new job, moving to a new city, visiting the doctor. Stories that matter to your life. Second, we focus on A1 and A2 levels. That means we speak slowly, clearly, and use vocabulary that builds your confidence instead of overwhelming you. Every word is chosen carefully to help you succeed. Third, this isn't just listening practice. It's speaking practice too. Each episode is designed for something called shadowing. That means you listen and speak at the same time, training your mouth muscles and your brain to work together. What you'll gain. By the end of our time together, you won't just understand English better. You'll speak it with confidence. You'll have natural rhythm and flow. You'll stop translating in your head and start thinking directly in English. Imagine walking into any English conversation, feeling relaxed and prepared. Imagine expressing your thoughts clearly without searching for words. Imagine the pride and satisfaction of finally achieving the fluency you've always dreamed of. That's not just a dream. That's your future reality. How this works. Here's exactly how each episode works. Step 1. I'll tell you a complete story using simple, clear English. You just listen and enjoy. Step 2. We'll explore key vocabulary together. I'll explain important words and phrases in context. Step 3. Here's where the magic happens. The shadowing practice. I'll read the story again, and this time, you speak along with me. Don't worry about being perfect. Just follow my voice, match my rhythm, and let your English flow naturally. Step 4. We'll finish with quick pronunciation tips and practical exercises you can use in real life. Every episode is designed to be your daily English workout, short enough to fit into your busy schedule, but powerful enough to create real, lasting improvement. Community and support. You're not doing this alone. We have an incredible community of learners just like you. Some are beginners, some are more advanced. But we all share the same goal, becoming confident English speakers. Connect with us online, share your progress, ask questions, and celebrate your victories with fellow learners who understand your journey, because they're on it too. Call to action. So here's what I want you to do right now. First, make a commitment to yourself. Decide that you will improve your English fluency, no matter what. Second, find a quiet space where you can listen and speak out loud without feeling embarrassed. Third, get ready to shadow. That means you'll be speaking along with me. It might feel strange at first, but trust the process. This method has helped thousands of students achieve the fluency they dreamed of. Fourth, be patient with yourself and celebrate small victories. Every word you speak clearly, every sentence you complete fluently, every story you understand completely. That's progress worth celebrating. Closing promise. I promise you this. If you stick with me here on Read, Learn, Listen, if you practice consistently using our Read, Learn, Listen method, if you trust this process, your English will improve. Not just a little bit, dramatically, noticeably, permanently. You deserve to speak English with confidence. You deserve to express yourself clearly. You deserve to feel proud of your communication skills. Your journey to English fluency starts right here, right now, with our first story. Are you ready? Let's begin this incredible adventure together. Transition to content. Today's story is about Anna and her morning routine. It's simple, it's relatable, and it's perfect for practicing natural English rhythm and flow. Remember, first, just listen and enjoy. Then, we'll practice together. Here we go. Slow English podcast for fluency and shadowing. A1 and A2 English levels. How to use this book. For speaking fluency, read each story slowly and clearly. Repeat difficult words several times. Practice reading aloud every day. Record yourself and listen back. For shadowing practice, listen to someone read the story. Repeat the words at the same time. Don't worry about perfect pronunciation. Focus on rhythm and flow. Grammar. Focus. Simple present tense. Basic past tense. Common vocabulary. Short, clear sentences. My morning routine. My name is Clara. I am 25 years old. I live in a small house with my cat, Fluffy. Every morning I wake up at 7 o'clock. I open my eyes and look at the window. The sun is bright and beautiful. First I get out of bed. I go to the bathroom. I brush my teeth with my blue toothbrush. I wash my face with cold water. The water makes me feel awake. Next I go to the kitchen. I make coffee in my favorite red cup. I also make toast with butter and jam. Strawberry jam is my favorite. Fluffy sits near me and watches. I eat my breakfast slowly. I look out the window and see birds in the tree. They sing happy songs. I smile and feel good. After breakfast, I take a shower. The warm water feels nice. I wash my hair with sweet-smelling shampoo. I sing in the shower because I am happy. Then I get dressed. I choose my clothes carefully. Today, I wear a blue dress and white shoes. I look in the mirror. I look good. Before I leave home, I feed Fluffy. I give her fish and fresh water. She purrs and rubs against my leg. This means thank you in cat language. At 8:30, I leave my house. I walk to the bus stop. The morning air is fresh and clean. I feel ready for a new day. Key vocabulary. Wake up. To stop sleeping. Bright. Full of light. Favorite. What you like most. Carefully. Doing something slowly and well. Fresh. Clean and new. At the grocery store. Today is Saturday. I need to buy food. I take my shopping bag and go to the grocery store. The store is big and busy. Many people are shopping. I take a shopping cart near the entrance. The cart has 4 wheels and it is easy to push. First I go to the fruit section. I see many colors: red apples, yellow bananas, green grapes, and orange oranges. I choose 3 apples and 2 bananas. They smell good and look fresh. Next, I visit the vegetable area. I need tomatoes for my salad. I also buy carrots, onions, and lettuce. The vegetables are clean and green. Then I go to the dairy section. I need milk for my coffee and yogurt for breakfast. I choose low-fat milk in a white carton. I also take strawberry yogurt because it tastes sweet. After that, I go to the bread area. I love fresh bread. I choose a brown loaf. It feels warm and smells wonderful. I also buy some cookies for afternoon tea. Finally, I need meat for dinner. I go to the meat counter. The butcher is very friendly. He helps me choose good chicken. The meat looks fresh and healthy. Now my cart is full. I go to the cashier to pay. The cashier is a young woman with a big smile. She scans all my items. The total cost is $45. I pay with my credit card. I pack my groceries in my bag. Everything fits perfectly. I walk home with my heavy bag. I am tired but happy. Tonight I will cook a delicious dinner with my fresh ingredients. Key vocabulary: grocery store, place to buy food, cart, thing with wheels to carry shopping, section, different area in the store, dairy, milk products, ingredients, things you use to cook. A day at the beach. Last summer my family and I went to the beach for vacation. We stayed there for 1 week. The weather was perfect every single day. Our hotel was very close to the ocean. From our window we could see the blue water and white sand. In the morning, we heard the sound of waves. It was very peaceful and relaxing. On Monday morning we woke up early and went to the beach. My little sister Emma was very excited. She had never seen the ocean before. When she saw the big waves, her eyes became very wide with surprise. We found a good spot under a large umbrella. My mother spread out our colorful beach towels. My father set up the beach chairs. I helped Emma build her first sandcastle. The sand was warm between our toes. Emma laughed when the waves touched her feet. The water was cold at first, but after a few minutes, it felt wonderful. We spent the whole morning swimming and playing in the water. I taught Emma how to float on her back. She was scared at first, but then she learned quickly. She was very proud of herself. At lunchtime, we ate sandwiches under our umbrella. We also had fresh fruit and cold drinks. The food tasted extra good because we were hungry from all the swimming. In the afternoon, we walked along the beach. We collected beautiful shells and smooth stones. Emma found a perfect pink shell. She said it was her treasure. We saw other families enjoying their vacation too. Children were playing volleyball and building sandcastles. Adults were reading books and taking naps in the sun. When the sun began to set, the sky turned orange and pink. It was the most beautiful sunset I had ever seen. We took many photos to remember this special moment. That evening we had dinner at a restaurant near the beach. We ate fresh fish and vegetables. Everything was delicious. Emma fell asleep at the table because she was so tired from the exciting day. Key vocabulary: vacation, time away from work/school for fun. Peaceful, quiet and calm, excited, very happy about something. Float, stay on top of water. Treasure, something very special and valuable. My first job interview. 3 months ago, I was looking for a job. I sent my resume to many companies. Finally, one company called me for an interview. I was nervous, but also excited. The interview was at a small office in the city center. I wanted to make a good first impression, so I prepared carefully. I chose my best clothes: a black suit, white shirt, and comfortable shoes. The night before the interview, I couldn't sleep well. I was worried about the questions they might ask me. I practiced my answers in front of the mirror many times. On the morning of the interview, I woke up extra early. I had a light breakfast because my stomach felt nervous. I checked my appearance one more time and left home. I arrived at the office building 15 minutes early. This gave me time to relax and review my notes. The building was tall and modern. There were many businesses inside. The receptionist was very polite. She offered me water while I waited. After a few minutes, a woman came to meet me. Her name was Sarah, and she was the manager. Sarah led me to a small conference room. There was a big table with chairs around it. She sat across from me and smiled. This made me feel a little less nervous. She asked me many questions about my education and work experience. I answered honestly and tried to speak clearly. I also asked questions about the company and the job responsibilities. The interview lasted for 45 minutes. Sarah explained that the job involved helping customers and working with a team. She said they needed someone friendly and reliable. At the end, Sarah said they would contact me within 1 week. I thanked her for her time and shook her hand. I felt the interview went well, but I wasn't sure. 2 days later, my phone rang. It was Sarah. She offered me the job. I was so happy that I almost cried. I accepted immediately and thanked her many times. Now I have been working there for 3 months. I love my job and my colleagues. The interview was scary, but it changed my life in a positive way. Key vocabulary: resume, paper showing your work experience; impression, what people think about you; appearance, how you look; receptionist, person who greets visitors; responsibilities, things you must do in your job; moving to a new city. 2 years ago, I made a big decision. I decided to move from my small hometown to a large city. It was scary, but exciting at the same time. I lived in the same town for 22 years. I knew everyone, and everyone knew me. My family, friends, and job were all there. But I wanted to try something new and different. The big city was 300 kilometers away. I had visited there only twice before. It seemed huge and busy compared to my quiet hometown, but it also offered many opportunities. Planning the move took several months. First, I had to find a job in the new city. I applied to many companies online and had video interviews. Finally, I got a good position at a marketing company. Next, I needed to find a place to live. I looked at many apartments online. Some were too expensive. Others were too small. After many phone calls, I found a nice 1-bedroom apartment near the city center. Packing my belongings was emotional. I had to decide what to take and what to leave behind. Some furniture was too big for my new apartment. I gave many things to my friends and family. Moving day was stressful, but exciting. The moving truck arrived early in the morning. 3 strong men helped load all my boxes and furniture. My parents came to say goodbye one last time. The drive to the new city took 4 hours. I followed the moving truck in my car. I felt nervous about my decision. What if I didn't like the new city? What if I couldn't make new friends? When I arrived at my new apartment, I felt overwhelmed. The building was much taller than my old house. The neighborhood was busy with cars and people. Everything seemed strange and different. The first week was difficult. I didn't know where to buy groceries or how to use public transportation. I felt lonely in the evening when I came home from work. I called my family every day. But slowly, things got better. My colleagues at work were friendly and helpful. They showed me good restaurants and interesting places to visit. I started to feel more comfortable. After 6 months, I realized I had made the right decision. I loved the energy of the big city. There were museums, theaters, and cultural events everywhere. I met people from different countries and backgrounds. Now, after 2 years, I can't imagine living anywhere else. The city has become my home. I still miss my hometown sometimes, but I'm grateful for this adventure. Key vocabulary: decision, choice you make, opportunities, chances to do something good, belongings, things that belong to you, overwhelmed, feeling confused by too many things, grateful, feeling thankful, learning to cook. I am not good at cooking. My mother always cooked for our family, but now I live alone, so I need to learn. Last week, I decided to cook dinner for myself. I wanted to make something simple. I chose to make pasta with tomato sauce. First, I went to the supermarket. I bought pasta, tomatoes, onions, and garlic. I also bought some cheese. The total cost was $12. At home, I started cooking. I read the instructions on the pasta box carefully. It said to boil water in a big pot. I filled the pot with water and turned on the stove. While waiting for the water to boil, I prepared the sauce. I cut the onions into small pieces. My eyes started to water. I didn't know that onions make you cry. Next, I cut the tomatoes and garlic. This was easier than the onions. I put oil in a pan and heated it. Then I added the onions, garlic, and tomatoes. The water finally started to boil. I added salt and then the pasta. The instructions said to cook for 10 minutes. I set a timer on my phone so I wouldn't forget. While the pasta cooked, I stirred the sauce. It smelled really good. I added some salt and pepper. I tasted it with a spoon. It was delicious. When the timer rang, I drained the pasta in a colander. Then I mixed the pasta with the sauce. I put everything on a plate and added some cheese on top. I sat at my small kitchen table and took my first bite. The pasta was perfect. I couldn't believe I made something so tasty. I felt very proud of myself. Now I cook pasta twice a week. I want to learn more recipes. Maybe next week I will try to make soup or salad. Key vocabulary: boil, heat water until it bubbles. Stove, thing used to cook food. Instructions, directions telling you what to do. Timer, thing that counts time. Recipe, directions for making food. A visit to the doctor. Last month, I didn't feel well for several days. I had a headache, sore throat, and was very tired. My friend advised me to see a doctor. I called my doctor's office on Monday morning. The receptionist was very helpful. She said the doctor could see me on Wednesday at 2 p.m. I wrote down the appointment time in my calendar. On Wednesday, I arrived at the medical center early. The waiting room was full of other patients. Some people were coughing. Others were reading magazines. I sat down and waited for my turn. After 20 minutes, a nurse called my name. She led me to a small examination room. The room had a bed covered with white paper, a desk, and several medical instruments. The nurse checked my temperature and blood pressure. She asked about my symptoms and wrote everything on a chart. Then she said the doctor would see me soon. Dr. Martinez entered the room 5 minutes later. She was a middle-aged woman with a kind smile. She introduced herself and asked how I was feeling. I explained my symptoms in detail. I told her about my headache, sore throat, and tiredness. I also mentioned that I had trouble sleeping at night. Dr. Martinez listened carefully and asked several questions. She wanted to know when the symptoms started and if I had a fever. Then she began the physical examination. She looked in my throat with a small light. She checked my ears and listened to my breathing with a stethoscope. She also felt my neck for swollen glands. After the examination, Dr. Martinez explained that I had a common cold virus. She said it was nothing serious, but I needed to rest and drink plenty of fluids. She gave me a prescription for medicine to help with my headache and sore throat. She also recommended that I take vitamin C and get lots of sleep. Dr. Martinez said I should feel better in about a week. She told me to call if my symptoms got worse or if I developed a high fever. I thanked the doctor and went to the pharmacy to get my medicine. The pharmacist explained how often to take each medication and what side effects to watch for. Following the doctor's advice, I rested for the next few days. I drank hot tea with honey and took my medicine regularly. Within a week, I felt completely better. Key vocabulary: appointment, planned meeting with doctor, symptoms, signs that you are sick, examination, when doctor checks your body, prescription, paper saying what medicine to take, pharmacist, person who gives out medicine, my favorite holiday. Christmas is my favorite holiday of the year. My family has many special traditions that make this time very meaningful. Preparation starts in early December. My mother and I decorate our house with lights, ornaments, and garlands. We put up our Christmas tree in the living room and hang beautiful decorations on every branch. My father hangs colored lights around the outside of our house. In the evening, our home looks magical with all the twinkling lights. Our neighbors also decorate their houses, so the whole street is bright and festive. 2 weeks before Christmas, we begin shopping for gifts. This is always exciting, but also stressful. We make lists of presents for each family member and friend. Sometimes it's difficult to find the perfect gift for everyone. My favorite Christmas tradition is baking cookies with my grandmother. We make sugar cookies, chocolate chip cookies, and gingerbread men. The kitchen smells wonderful, and we always eat too many cookies while baking. On Christmas Eve, our whole extended family comes to our house for dinner. My aunts, uncles, and cousins arrive in the afternoon. The house becomes very noisy and full of laughter. We have a traditional meal with roast turkey, mashed potatoes, vegetables, and cranberry sauce. My grandmother makes her famous apple pie for dessert. Everyone always asks for the recipe, but she keeps it secret. After dinner, we sit around the fireplace and tell stories. The children perform songs or poems they learned at school. Sometimes we play board games or card games together. At midnight, we go to church for a special Christmas service. The church is decorated with candles and flowers. We sing traditional Christmas carols and listen to the story of Jesus' birth. On Christmas morning, we exchange gifts under the tree. Everyone is excited to see what they received. The children wake up very early and run to the living room to see what Santa brought them. We spend the whole day in pajamas playing with new toys and gadgets. We eat leftover turkey sandwiches and more cookies. It's a relaxing day after all the excitement. Christmas makes me feel grateful for my family and friends. It reminds me of what's truly important in life: love, kindness, and spending time with people who matter to you. Key vocabulary: traditions, special things families do every year, ornaments, decorations for Christmas tree, extended family, aunts, uncles, cousins, carols, Christmas songs, grateful, feeling thankful. Exercise 1. Simple present tense. Complete the sentences with the correct form of the verb. Anna. Wake up at 7 o'clock every morning. The sun shines through the window. She brushes her teeth with a blue toothbrush. Fluffy sits near Anna during breakfast. Birds sing happy songs in the tree. Exercise 2. Past tense. Change these sentences from present to past tense. I go to the grocery store. I go to the grocery store. We swim in the ocean. We in the ocean. She feels nervous about the interview. She nervous about the interview. They eat fresh fish at the restaurant. They anasta fresh fish at the restaurant. He makes pasta for dinner. He handras pasta for dinner. Exercise 3. Vocabulary. Matching. Match the words with their meanings. Recipe A. Person who helps sick people. Appointment B. Directions for cooking food. Doctor C. Planned meeting. Treasure D. Things you must do at work. Responsibilities E. Something very special. Exercise 4. Question formation. Make questions using the words given. Anna. What time? Wake up. Where? Family. Go. Vacation. How long? Interview. Last. What? Doctor. Recommend. When? Christmas preparation. Start. Pronunciation tips. Silent letters. Many English words have silent letters. Practice these words. Knife, silent K. Right, silent W. Lamb, silent B. Castle, silent T. Honest, silent H. Common sound patterns. Practice these sound combinations. Tough, rough, enough. Station, vacation, information. Ed endings. Walked, needed, stopped. Stress patterns. Remember to stress the right syllable. P-H-O to graph. First syllable. Photography. Second syllable. Information. Second syllable. Speaking practice activities. Activity 1. Story retelling. Choose one story and tell it in your own words. Try to use different vocabulary, your own experiences. Present tense instead of past tense. Activity 2. Role play. Practice these situations. Ordering food at a restaurant. Asking for directions. Making a doctor's appointment. Shopping for clothes. Activity 3. Daily routine. Describe your typical day using time expressions. First, next, then, finally. Present tense verbs. Frequency adverbs. Always, usually, sometimes, never. Progress tracking. Week 1. Goals. Read all stories aloud once. Complete grammar exercises. Learn 20 new vocabulary words. Practice pronunciation for 15 minutes daily. Week 2 goals. Read favorite story 5 times. Record yourself reading. Practice shadowing exercises. Use new vocabulary in sentences. Week 3 goals. Retell one story from memory. Complete speaking activities. Write your own short story. Review and practice weak areas. Week 4 goals. Read all stories fluently. Use learned vocabulary in conversation. Help someone else practice English. Set new learning goals. Conclusion. Learning English takes time and practice, but these stories will help you improve your fluency step by step. Remember to read regularly. Even 10 minutes per day helps. Don't worry about mistakes. They are part of learning. Practice speaking aloud. This builds confidence. Use new words. Try them in your own sentences. Be patient. Language learning is a journey. Keep practicing, stay motivated, and enjoy your English learning adventure. Remember, the key to fluency is consistent practice. Use these stories as your daily English workout, and you will see improvement in your speaking, listening, and comprehension skills. Good luck with your English journey.